Imagine this. A man works his entire life to afford a luxury car. He finally buys it. For the first week, he's on top of the world. But by month 3, that car feels normal. Just another object in his garage. He's already thinking about the next upgrade. Sound familiar? You finally got it. The promotion, the bonus, the car you wanted. You worked for it. You earned it. You deserve it. And for a few days, maybe a week, you feel good, really good. Then it fades. Not the car, not the title, not the money. The feeling you thought reaching this level would change something inside you. But you're back where you started. Wanting more, needing more, scrolling through someone else's life and wondering why yours still feels incomplete. The richer people get, the less happy they become. And the psychology behind this will completely change how you see success. This isn't about greed. It's about something hardwired into every human brain. Psychologists call this the hedonic treadmill. Your brain isn't designed to stay happy. It's designed to survive. And survival means constantly wanting more. No matter what you achieve, a promotion, a new house, even winning the lottery, your happiness levels return to baseline within months, sometimes weeks. Your ancestors didn't survive by being content. They survived by always looking for more. More food, more shelter, more safety. Contentment meant complacency, and complacency meant death. So your brain learned to adapt quickly, to normalize the good, to keep you striving. But now you're not running from predators. You're running from the feeling that you're not enough, that what you have isn't enough, that who you are isn't enough, and no amount of success can fix that. Rich people experience this on steroids. They upgrade their lifestyle so fast that nothing feels special anymore. A 5-star hotel becomes normal. First-class flights become boring. Once your baseline rises, you need bigger and better things just to feel the same level of excitement. It's like a drug addict needing higher doses, except the drug is success. And there's no limit to how much you can chase. But there's another trap. Humans don't measure happiness by what they have. They measure it by comparing themselves to others. This is social comparison theory. When you're middle class, you compare yourself to millionaires. When you're a millionaire, you compare yourself to billionaires. There's always someone richer, someone with a bigger yacht, someone with a bigger legacy. And that comparison destroys satisfaction. Psychologists found that people feel happier earning $60,000 in a neighborhood where the average is $50,000, than earning $90,000 where the average is $100,000. It's not about the money, it's about the ranking. Rich people surround themselves with other rich people. Their social circle becomes a competition. Every dinner party, every vacation, it's a subtle reminder that someone else has more. So they keep climbing, not because they want to, but because stopping feels like losing. Here's a question rich people ask themselves late at night. I have everything I wanted, so why do I still feel empty? This is called the arrival fallacy. The belief that happiness is waiting for you at some future destination. Once I make $1 million, I'll be happy. Once I retire, I'll be happy. But happiness isn't at the finish line. It never was. Psychologist Tal Ben-Shahar studied this extensively. He found that people who base their happiness on future achievements are the most miserable. Because the moment they arrive, the goalpost moves. You see it in the people you admire, the ones who've made it to the top, the CEOs, the founders, the celebrities. They have everything you think you want, and they're still chasing, still anxious, still wondering if they're doing enough. The treadmill doesn't care how fast you run. It just keeps moving. And the faster you go, the faster it spins. Research from Princeton University found that happiness increases with income up to about $75,000 a year. After that, the effect plateaus, because once your basic needs are met, food, shelter, security, more money doesn't solve real problems. It just creates new ones. Tax strategies, managing staff, protecting wealth. The more you have, the more you have to lose. This creates anxiety, constant fear that it could all disappear. Psychologists call this loss aversion. The pain of losing something is twice as strong as the pleasure of gaining it. So rich people spend more time protecting what they have than enjoying it. What was once a luxury becomes a necessity. And when everything is a necessity, nothing feels like a reward. Warren Buffett still lives in the house he bought in 1958 because he understands diminishing returns. More stuff won't make him happier. So why chase it? Money isn't a purpose. It's a tool. When you spend your whole life building wealth without knowing why, you wake up one day with everything and nothing at the same time. Psychologist Viktor Frankl survived Nazi concentration camps. He wrote that the people who survived weren't the strongest or the smartest. They were the ones with a reason to live, a purpose beyond survival. Rich people often lack that. They achieved financial success, but they never asked the bigger question: what am I building this for? Without purpose, success feels hollow. You can buy anything, but you can't buy meaning. You can't buy fulfillment. This is why so many wealthy people turn to philanthropy late in life. Giving gives them what money never could: a sense of contribution, legacy, purpose. Happiness doesn't come from having more. It comes from meaning more. The problem isn't that you want more. The problem is that you've outsourced your sense of enough. You've let the world tell you what success looks like. You've let the algorithm decide what you should want. You've let other people's highlights become your baseline. If that's your measure, you'll never win. You'll just keep running. Satisfaction isn't on the other side of success. It's on the other side of comparison. And comparison is a choice. You don't escape the treadmill by stopping. You don't escape it by quitting your goals. You escape it by choosing why you're running, by defining what enough actually means to you. What would make you feel like you won? For most people, the answer isn't a number. It's a feeling. It's peace. It's presence. The ability to look at your life and not wish you were somewhere else. And that's not something you achieve. It's something you practice every single day. When you chase because you want to, the treadmill becomes a tool. When you chase because you have to, it becomes a prison. The richest people aren't the ones with the most money. They're the ones who figured out what enough means. Because once you know what enough looks like, you're free. Free from comparison. Free from the chase. Free to actually enjoy what you have. And that's the real wealth.